Hi.
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Welcome everybody to this amazing event. I am so glad to see so many beautiful faces, familiar ones and new friends. How's everybody doing? My name is Diana Ramos and I'm going to be your MC for today. I hope you got some alcapurrias and some empanadillas. Estaban bien buenas. Good afternoon y buenos días. Welcome to the Roberto and Vera Clemente live commemoration event. And it is an honor for me to welcome you all today as we gather to celebrate the incredible lives and legacy of Roberto and Vera Clemente. This event is not only a tribute to a baseball icon, but also to an unwavering dedication of a woman who ensured his dreams lived on beyond the field. Roberto Clemente was more than an extraordinary. He was a leader and a man who believed in using his platform to uplift others. His passion for service was matched only by his talent, and his commitment to making the world a better place remains an inspiration to us all. Y era boricua. After his passing, Vera Clemente carried his vision forward, founding the Roberto Clemente Foundation to continue his mission of empowering youth through sports, education, and community programs. Through her strength, compassion, and determination, she ensured that Roberto's legacy was not just remembered, but actively lived out on the lives of countless individuals. Today, we not only celebrate their shared devotion to service, but we also recognize an incredible milestone. For 13 years, Hartford, Connecticut has proudly hosted this commemoration. This tradition is a testament to the lasting impact of Roberto and Vera Clemente's work, bringing our community together to honor their contributions to baseball, philanthropy, and humanity. We would also like to extend our deepest gratitude to the Hartford Yard Goats organization for hosting this special event. Round of applause, y'all. But this is a beautiful space. Your commitment to the community and engagement in honoring baseball's greatest legacies helps keep the spirit of Roberto and Vera alive, inspiring future generations both on and off the field. So now we're going to do a special thank you, and I'm going to need your patience because we got a lot of sponsors. Our platinum sponsors are the Hartford Parking Authority, the Hartford Yard Goats again, Dressler Law, keep it going for Dressler Law, yep, and Mega Education. Our gold sponsors are Felicita Maisonet, my longtime friend, State Representative Julio Concesión, and aquí me quedo. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Silver sponsors, the Hartford News, Cole Park Foundation, SAMA, which means Spanish American Merchants Association, Humacao Restaurant and Lounge, Haitido Restaurant, AAA Insurance, but especially Sonia Medina, Bomba Radio, Dunkin' Donuts, C-Town, a few more, Los Amigos Softball League, CICD Puerto Rican Parade, Hartford, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Augie Rays, oh no. Augie Rays, y'all, come on. Dinámica 1120 AM. Yo Soy Inc. AccessTVNetwork.com. Mr. Stan is over here to the right. And Councilman Amilcar Hernandez. Give him a round of applause. applause. So I'm going to mention these people again throughout the program. Please do not hate me later. Your dedication to this cause ensures the Robert and Vera Clemente's legacy continues to inspire and uplift future generations. Thank you all for being here and celebrating a life of service, generosity, and excellence. So we have some exciting news for all you baseball fans and admirers. We have Gerardo Reyes and Alexander Santiago. They brought their amazing Roberto Clemente collection. So if you guys, when you have a chance, go by and look at it. Please do not touch their stuff. It's not for sale. They take a lot of pride in their collection, and it's very valuable to us and to them. So please just take special care when you're going by, because this is a rare opportunity for us to see and appreciate artifacts honoring Clemente's incredible career. Again, his impact not only on the sport, but in just giving back. So don't miss your chance to connect with history. There's a second thing happening in the back table, El Centro de Júbilo El Olam. Yes. They're raffling 2 tickets to Puerto Rico. Don't miss your chance to win this incredible prize. Y'all gotta go back there. The winner will be announced at the end of the program. Good luck to you all. You do not have to be in attendance. You know, if you win and you're not here, we'll get in contact with you. Okay? So up next, we have Mr. Deacon Ramon A. Rosado, who's gonna do the amazing blessing for us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Truly honored to be here again for this 13th annual commemorative event. And I've been here every single year, and I want to thank the committee because they invite me every single year. And again, like I said, it's an honor for me. As we remember our heroes, truly heroes, Roberto and Vera Clemente. The souls of the just are in the hands of God. You know, athletes who excel in their particular sports arenas are honored and remembered as their names are inscribed in what we call halls of honor, or halls of fame list. In the sport of baseball, as we well know, our hero, Roberto Clemente, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, receives such a well-deserved honor. It's one of the reasons we're here today. Yet, as I have pointed out in many other occasions, this was not the only field in which our compatriota, as well as his beloved wife Vera, excelled. The second reason we are here is also because they excelled in another field, the field of love and justice. Sacred scripture also says, love your God above all things and your neighbor as yourself. In one of his quotes, Roberto says, there is nothing wrong with our homes and our country that a little more compassion, care, and love cannot cure. We are all brothers and sisters, and we must help each other when necessary. You see, for Roberto and Vera, their neighbor was not just the one those who shared their home. Their neighbor was also those living next door, those living across the street, living across an ocean. So as we gather today to remember and commemorate the memory of Roberto and Vera Clemente for their great contribution in their own individual fields, as well as in the field of love and justice, we invoke and we call upon the divine presence of our Lord and our God. And we ask him to endow us with the wisdom, the strength, and the courage to follow the example of these, our heroes, as we live on. And we ask this in his glorious name. Amen. Las almas de los justos están en las manos de Dios. Saben, en los campos de deporte, aquellos que se destacan de forma sobresaliente son elogiados al incluir sus nombres en lo que conocemos como las listas de Hall of Fame. En el deporte del béisbol, como bien conocemos, nuestro héroe, Roberto Clemente, uno de los mejores peloteros en la historia del béisbol, recibió tal merecido honor. Es una de las razones que nos unimos aquí hoy. Mas no fue solo en ese campo que nuestro compatriota Roberto, así como su amada esposa Vera, sobresalieron. Ellos, y es la segunda razón que nos reunimos aquí hoy, sobresalieron además en el campo del amor y la justicia. La Sagrada Escritura nos dice que amemos a Dios sobre todas las cosas y al prójimo como a sí mismo. En una de sus citas, Roberto dijo: no existe nada malo en nuestros hogares y país que un poco más de compasión, cuidado y amor no puedan curar. Somos todos hermanos y hermanas y debemos ayudarnos mutuamente cuando es necesario. Y es que para ellos el prójimo no era solo aquel que compartía su hogar, aquellos que compartían su hogar, eran también aquellos que vivían a su lado, aquellos que vivían al cruzar la calle o al cruzar un océano. Entonces, a reunirnos hoy para recordar y conmemorar las memorias de Roberto y Vera Clemente, por su gran aporte en sus campos individuales, así como en el campo del amor y la justicia, invocamos la presencia divina de nuestro Dios, de nuestro Señor, y le pedimos nos dote la sabiduría, el valor y el coraje de seguir el ejemplo de esos nuestros héroes, Roberto y Vera Clemente, en nuestro caminar. Y esto lo pedimos en el glorioso y divino nombre de nuestro Dios. Amén.
Thank you so much, Deacon. Before we go into the next part of the program, there will be a moment of silence in the video. We would like to include Mr. Willie Matos and all of the loved ones we've lost. May their spirits continue to inspire us.
Dear friends, it is with sadness that we receive the news of my uncle Justino Martino Clemente Walker's death. He was the uncle who taught my father how to play baseball. And some say he was even better than Dad. But he had to go to the Korean War and was condecorated as one of the Buccaneers. I didn't have much time growing up to spend with him because the heartfelt pain he had since Dad's passing made him lock himself into his room. He spent many years that he was totally separated from the daily situations that were going on. But eventually, meeting Robbie Alomar gave him that second wind, and he was able to travel with his beloved wife, Carmine, and my cousins, Janet and Judith, to Cooperstown. So he got to experience the Hall of Fame alongside Robbie Alomar and his family. And actually, I was very excited because this was Carmine's first travel ever at the age of 92. So Robbie had done an immense labor by having them shake off that sorrow that they had and finally got them to be able to go to Cooperstown. So I was very happy, and I always thank Robbie for that. The other sad news, as I was recording this message, I learned of Antonia Collazo's demise. This is Victor Rivera's mother, Toñita, who we love so much. She became one of Mom's best friends, and they laughed so much together. It is a sad day for which, in honor of both of Martino Justino Clemente and Toñita Antonia Collazo. Please.
La familia Clemente se siente muy agradecido de la actividad que ustedes hacen todos los años, se le agradece mucho. Y aquí en Puerto Rico, pues la gente lo sabe y la gente está muy agradecida también de ustedes, de la familia Clemente, que somos todos, estamos siempre todos los años pendientes de esta actividad. Y yo no tengo muchas palabras para trato de hacer un esfuerzo, pero se lo agradezco, se lo repito de nuevo, se lo repito por todos los años la repetición de esta actividad, y me siento bien y mi familia también. No, y les soltamos que continúen con esta actividad para que por lo menos si siempre el nombre del se sienta como si estuviera vivo. Muchas gracias. Buen día.
Thank you.
Ali Rios, who will be singing our national anthems.
Si todos se pueden parar, if everyone can please stand. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the La tierra del Borinque, donde he nacido yo, es un jardín florido de mágico, un cielo siempre nítido, le sirve de dosel y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a sus pies cuando a sus playas llegó Colón, exclamó lleno de admiración. Esa es la linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol,
my goodness, Magali, yes! Amazing! Wow. So now we're going to be welcoming up Ms. Aisha Petaway. She's going to give us some welcome remarks. She is the director of the Yargos Community Initiatives. Come on up, Aisha.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is such a beautiful day. As we begin to open up on April 4th, what a way to start a wonderful baseball season. We are so thrilled. A lot of times we're called sponsors in bringing you and others into this space, but we are really friends. We are really family. And this is just a wonderful way to start. So on behalf of the entire Hartford Yargos organization, welcome. Have a beautiful day. Viva Puerto Rico.
Thank you so much. If you guys are interested in the amazing shirts that you're seeing some of us wearing, there is a QR code. So, you know, technology now, you put the little camera on and it'll take you right to hoodies, t-shirts, and all the amazing things that are being sold with the Roberto and Vera Clemente live commemoration event. And then everything will go towards their foundation. So now we're going to be bringing up Mr. Amilcar Hernandez. Councilman, he is always showing up for us. Here he is. Hello, sir.
Well, first of all, I had no idea I was going to be standing here. So let me start with the easy stuff, right? So first of all, thank you for the committee for putting this together again, but especially to the Sports and Medical Science Academy high school students who always do such a great job. In fact, as I was walking in, I was crossing the street. There were like 4 students super excited out there with the signs, talking to everybody and saying hi and bye, and I was like, this feels so different. It felt like I was back in Puerto Rico, so that was such a warm and welcoming just to come in and have that kind of experience, you know, for my young people. So that may sound simple, but trust me, when I came to the US for the first time, I felt like I was like, this is so cold, like nobody says thank you, nobody says hi, and it just felt so good to know that our children are continuing our traditions of being, you know, hospital and being like, you know, saying welcome, and saying thank you, and saying enjoy your food, and, you know, que tenga buenos días, y todas esas cosas, that's beautiful and that's so nice. I also want to say thank you before I briefly say a few words to a couple of our state reps that are here. State Rep Jimmy Sanchez was here with us, and also State Rep Julio Concepcion, who was here just a minute ago. So thank you for supporting this event as well. So the important thing that I want to say is that, especially to all of I see a lot of young girls here from our cultural pageant and our high school students, is that today it's not about the history of Roberto Clemente on the field. It's not about the MVPs. It's not about the Hall of Fame. It's not about anything he did on the field. Today is about what Vera Clemente and Roberto Clemente did off the field, especially Vera Clemente. A lot of people don't understand how such a powerhouse. Vera Clemente was critical and fundamental behind not only the Roberto Clemente Foundation, but also behind so many other things that they did off the field. So today it's about not what you can achieve personally, but what you can achieve on behalf of others. So that's something very important to remind yourself, that it's not about, you know, in the case of the candy, it's not about wearing a crown or not about winning. It's about what you do with the opportunity that you have to be in a forum like this, to be able to reach others and be able to support and help others. And that's what Roberto Clemente and Vera Clemente did throughout their entire lives, which was use the public platform that they had to do better for the community. So that's what we're celebrating today. We're not celebrating what they did on the field, we're celebrating what they did off the field. So thank you very much, appreciate it.
So before we bring up the next speaker, I just wanted to bring some attention to some dignitaries and queens. Casey Leah Escalín, Teen Queen of Queen Latina. You can stand and wave. Annalise Marrero, Miss Queen of Queens Latina. Jennifer Maldonado, Little Queen of Queen Latina. And Jeanette Aguirre, Mini Folklore, USA. And we also have a pastor, Magda Lopez. We want to say hi to her too. And this is a personal hi, my mom, Alicia Diana. This is a personal hi. Because if I don't say her name, I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, so the next person that we're bringing up is Dr. Leslie Torres Rodriguez. She is the superintendent of Hartford Public Schools. Let's welcome her.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes. So you're probably going to hear a lot of the speakers talk about Roberto Clemente and his values. I'm going to be one of them. We know that he was more than a legend in baseball, right? He wasn't a humanitarian, he was an advocate and a proud Afro-Boricua, for those of you that right, Afro-Boricuas, who never let the world forget where he came from or who he stood for. He believed that anytime that you have an opportunity to make a difference in this world and you don't, right, that you're wasting your time on earth. His wife, Vera Clemente, carried that torch with grace and relentless dedication. I believe that she turned the tragic loss into a lifelong mission to uplift children, families, through education, through healthcare, sports. She didn't just preserve Roberto's legacy, she expanded that legacy. So theirs, I believe, was a shared commitment to service and equity that I don't think that's a story from the past. I actually think that is a blueprint for leadership for all of us today. Their legacy, I believe, also teaches us that one leader alone is not enough. Don't ever expect one leader to do it all. It's a flawed expectation. It takes us. It takes community. It takes a village of educators, families, partners, young people to stand in the gaps that exist, to challenge inequities, and to believe so fiercely in the genius and the beauty and the capacity of every child. So I'm going to have a call to action. Everyone here, I believe, is a leader. Everyone. Lead from where you are. Speak up for those whose voices are ignored. Create space at every table that you are at. For the families that have not been invited. Above all, serve not for an applause, but because Roberto, right, and Vera Clemente showed us that real, true leadership is about lifting other people. Especially when no one is watching. So I encourage all of us, I challenge all of us to carry that Clemente legacy forward. Not just in words, but in action. Ahora lo voy a decir en español. Roberto Clemente fue más que una leyenda de béisbol, eso lo sabemos, ¿no? Fue un humanitario, un defensor de derechos humanos y un orgullo afro-boricua que nunca permitió que el mundo olvidara de dónde venía y que también no permitía que nadie olvidara a quién representaba. Él creía que cuando tienes la oportunidad de hacer una diferencia en este mundo y no lo haces, entonces, pues, estás echando a la basura, en otras palabras, tu tiempo aquí en la tierra. Su esposa, Vera Clemente, tomó esa antorcha con gracia y con una dedicación incansable, transformando la pérdida, su sufrimiento en una misión por vida para elevar a los jóvenes, a las familias, a través de la educación, la salud y el deporte. Ella no solo perseveró el legado de Roberto, sino lo amplió. Así que el compromiso que yo pienso de ambos, Roberto y Vera, con el servicio y la equidad, no es solo una historia del pasado. pienso yo que es una guía actual para hoy, para todos nosotros, para cómo liderar en estos momentos. Su legado también nos enseña que un líder por sí solo, por sí sola, no es suficiente. Esa no debe ser la expectativa. Se necesita una comunidad entera. Se necesita un pueblo de educadores, de familias y de aliados dispuestos a cerrar esas brechas, a desafiar la inequidad y crear con mucha fuerza, creer en el potencial de cada uno de nuestros jóvenes. Así que tengo un llamado de acción. Todos ustedes, todos son líderes. Así que lideren desde donde están. Alcen la voz por quienes no son escuchados. Abran espacios en cada una de sus mesas para las familias que nunca han sido invitadas. Y sobre todo, sirvan, pero no por aplausos. Porque Roberto y Vera nos mostraron y siguen con su legado, mostrando que un verdadero legado se trata de elevar a los demás, incluso cuando nadie nos está mirando. Así que juntos, Roberto y Vera, y nosotros, todos nosotros, llevemos adelante el legado de ellos, no solo con palabras, pero con mucha acción. Muchas gracias, es un placer y un privilegio servir como la superintendente de las escuelas públicas de Hartford.
Okay, now we want to acknowledge some other people in the audience. State Rep Geraldo Reyes is in the house. Shaky Acevedo, Mixed Folklore USA. Lenny Mejia from Dinámica Radio. Oh, he's shy, no se paró. Former president of CICD Puerto Rican Parade, María Negrón y Ana Natal. Y Miss Puerto Rico of Greater Hartford, Liani Rivera. So we're going to mention our sponsors again. Platinum sponsors, Hartford Parking Authority, Hartford Yard Goats, Dressler Law, and Media Education. Gold sponsors, Felicita Maisonet, State Rep Julio Concepcion, Aquí Me Quedo. Silver sponsors, the Hartford News, Cole Park Foundation, Sama, Humacao Restaurant and Lounge, Aitillo Restaurant, AAA Insurance, Sonia Medina, Bomba Radio, Dunkin' Donuts, C-Town, Los Amigos Softball League, CICD Puerto Rican Parade Hartford, Augie Reyes, Dinámica 1120 AM, Yo Soy, AccessTVNetwork.com, and Councilman Amical Hernandez. So a round of applause for them again, please. Thank you. So the next person that we're bringing up is somebody, to me, he is somebody that likes to be in the background a little bit, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of flowers today. He's probably not gonna like this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's Mr. Jeffrey Dressler. He is a distinguished attorney, licensed to practice in Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and y'all know he also practices in Puerto Rico, right? A dedicated advocate for justice, Attorney Dressler is a member of the American Association for Justice, the Civil Justice Foundation, the Inter-American Bar Association, and both the National and Connecticut Hispanic Bar Associations. Beyond his legal expertise, he is a bilingual, multifaceted, and multicultural community activist who has served on various nonprofit boards of directors. His diverse background includes being a former radio station owner, and don't mess with him because he's a third-degree black belt in martial arts, a ring announcer, and a member of the State Boxing Commission. He is also the founder of Media Education, a scholastic incentive system that empowers inner-city school children by fostering corporate support for academic achievement. What truly sets him apart is his unwavering commitment to the community. I know y'all seen him. He is involved in countless initiatives, many of which fly under the radar, making a real difference in people's lives. His passion, generosity, and dedication to uplifting others are truly remarkable to me. Mr. Jeffrey Dressler.
I'm going to get you. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. First, I want to thank again the Hartford Yard Goats. You never let us down. You're always here for us. And I also want to thank the Roberto Clemente committee. You guys have been working arduously for months and months. This is not easy to put together, and I want to thank all of you for what you've done. Every one of you here came through those doors as an individual. But when you congregate here, when I mean congregate, congregate has a connotation because it has a purpose. When you sit here, we form community. Something larger than us individually. And we gather to celebrate two extraordinary individuals, Roberto and Vera Clemente. When we do that, we fulfill a communal task, and we create communal memories. It's the unity of this community represented in the willingness to give, to be present, and work together that sustains the legacy of Roberto and Vera Clemente. Now, just as you mentioned, seen from the lens of today's world, we need a generation that seeks meaning and a sense of purpose. And we all know that words without action are of little consequence. So the essayists, the winners of the Roberto and Vera Clemente essay contest, affirm their commitment and the values exemplified by Roberto and Vera Clemente, to which they dedicated their lives. Now, every young mind that we nurture is indispensable in sustaining and building our community. So it is with much pride and much pleasure, and every time I look at this list, Sammy Vega has added a name onto it. We'll get to those in a moment. Thank you, Sammy. Well, we have to acknowledge, right? We celebrate everything. Well, Boricua celebra todo. ¿Verdad? Oh, man, perdiste el trabajo. Ok, vamos a hacer una fiesta, ok? ¿Encontraste un trabajo? Vamos a celebrar? Okay. Our winners, I'd like to call them up, and I'd like to call Sammy Vega. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't understand the word here. We're going to give each one a $250 book scholarship. That's the important thing, right? Okay. And a medal. And a handshake from El Campeón, Sammy Vega. And we're going to have the superintendent come up. This is an honor. All right, so these are the individuals that put this together. Got to recognize that, all the hard work. All right, maybe you should be doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the main event. All right, we'd like to have come up, and we are very, very thankful, Isabel Ramos. Isabela. Got to get that right. Don't forget about us when you become rich and famous. Okay. Get your gold medal. Let me see. Let me see. You look good in gold. The certificate. Make sure there's a check in there, right? This one is receiving a check for $250. Josiah Ramos. Josiah Ramos calling Josiah Ramos. Josiah's taking his victory lap from the side. You're not getting paid by the hour. Right over here, gold medal. Handshake from dignitary, our superintendent. Do I get a handshake? Hey, Rex, come here. You owe me a kiss. I'll take it where I can get it. Okay. Our next honoree, Alfred Encarnacion. Mr. Encarnacion making a beeline for the dais. They made a radio tour of all the radio stations representing this event and representing the legacy of Roberto and Vera Clemente. And batting cleanup, Tiara Espinosa. And they were smooth, but wait, there's more. Do we have it? We have a medal. And we have a check also. Anyone else you want to give a check to? All right, we are very, very proud, and we want to have a special recognition on behalf of Dressler Law and Meg Education to Amilcar Andres Hernandez. He's made a significant decision to commit to Eastern Connecticut State University next fall. Let's have him come up. We're all proud of you. Hey, Poppy, you want to come up here also? See all these people over here? All right, they're rooting for you. She just came back to you. She went to UConn today. She committed. She's going to be attending UConn. This is what we need, right? This is our generation that's going to build and sustain and take over all of the institutions, and that will be picking out our convalescent homes. We definitely want to educate our kids, right? I'm serious. Okay. From Miss Puerto Rico of Greater Hartford, Liana Rivera, who will be attending UConn and who has so proudly represented la comunidad puertorriqueña. So what does she get, an IOU? Okay. See all these people out there? They're your witnesses. All right? You got to check.
I wanted to make an announcement. Mr. Luis Clemente is actually watching. His son, Roberto Clemente's son, is actually watching us, so if we can make a lot of noise. Hartford for your dad. Now we're gonna bring up Liana, and we're gonna announce some queens. So everybody, she's going to UConn. Amazing.
Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. My name is Liana Rivera, and I am Miss Puerto Rico of Greater Hartford 2024. I am very honored to be here today celebrating Roberto and Vera Clemente and all that they've done for our community. And I am also honored to be representing the candidates for the 2025 Miss Puerto Rico pageant. These girls have been putting in the work day in and day out every week at practices, learning what it means to be a queen, whether that be manners, etiquette, modeling, learning traditional Puerto Rican dances. And these girls are the perfect example of Puerto Rican excellence. I will now say the names of our contestants and the towns that they will be representing, beginning with Madison Soto, representing Ay Bonito. And next we have Amaya Engram, representing Barranquitas. We have Darelis Santiago, representing Calle. Now we have Faith Valdez, representing Comerío. Next, we have Adriana Laura, representing Fajardo. We have Jay Lee Soto, representing Juana Diaz. We have Eliani Starks, representing Las Piedras. We have Ileana Hernandez, representing San Germán. We have Katia Arroyo Hunter, representing Vieques. That was the Little Miss category. Now we have our preteen, Leilani Martinez, representing Orocovis. I would like to ask for a round of applause for all these girls and their hard work and learning about their culture. In late May, we will be having our annual pageant, so I do invite you all to come and watch these girls showcase everything that they've been practicing and putting hard work in. Thank you. We have another preteen, I apologize. Naomi Correa, representing Guaynabo.
Before we go to the next part, I just wanted to bring your attention to the memorabilia. If you haven't been over there, please make your way over there and make sure you check out their collections. And also Marisa Chacon, who is an artist who has an original painting there, but she's also selling prints and autographing the prints of Roberto Clemente. But now we have Bomba Aquí. They're coming back to inspire us and entertain us. Bomba Aquí!
no ayude, Sammy, no ayude. No ayude. Toco. Ahí más o menos. En vez de gigante, no es gigante soy yo. Toco. A mamá que le mando una cebollita. A mamá que le mando una cebollota. Ahí nada más. Subiendo y bajando. Tú vives como yo vivo vacilando. Tú vives como yo vivo vacilando. Subiendo. Se corre conmigo. Si tú vives como yo vivo vacilando. Si tú vives como yo vivo. Bajando, subiendo y bajando. Tú vives como yo vivo vacilando. Tú vives como yo vivo vacilando. Yo voy subiendo, tú vas bajando. Yo voy subiendo, tú vas bajando. Tú vives como yo vivo vacilando. Tú vives como yo vivo vacilando, subiendo. Ahí voy bajando. Vámonos, que la barra se acabó. Vámonos. Duro, este está dormido, aquí tiene sueño. ¿Cómo? Que no. Aquí andamos la mañana, que no me da la gana, que no me voy de aquí. Vámonos. ¿No se escucha? Ahí nomás. Vámonos caminando, yo me voy de aquí. 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 Taran. announcing? Come over. They're announcing an award for some art projects. Am I going the right? Okay, I'm gonna let them tell you.
So, first of all, thank you to Mr. Mercado for helping me set this contest up. This contest was, sorry, I'm nervous. Alright, this contest is to promote sustainability, of course. We have students create either a statue or something that represents Roberto Clemente using recycled material. and we have four winners today. I'll have my classmate here say it in Spanish for y'all too.
Ahora en español. Buenas tardes. Primero que todo, muchas gracias a Mr. Mercado por permitir hacer posible el concurso. Bueno, el concurso de la escuela SMC trataba acerca de hacer una estatua con materiales reciclables sobre Roberto Clemente o algo que lo representara a él. Y ahora vamos a anunciar a los 4 ganadores.
Buenas tardes. De nuevo, gracias a todo el mundo por venir a este evento. Apreciamos su paciencia y gracias por venir. Eso es todo lo que tengo que decir. Primero. Y en cuarto puesto, Ryan Rodríguez with $25. So, next one, in third place, Jaylani with $100. Jaylani, sorry. So, in second place, it is with $150. And if somebody please, come on. And number 1, Junior with $200. Thank you to Mega Education for support our contest.
And if you want to see their artwork, it is back over by, right before you leave, you see Alex waving? That's where the artwork is. So if you want to go check it out, that's where it is. Thank you guys. So the next part of the presentation, I gotta put my eyes back on, is a tribute to Mr. Willie Matos. And his daughter will be coming up soon to do a poem, but before then, we just wanted to give you some background on him. Today we honor the memory of Willie Matos, a Bridgeport legend and a mentor to so many people. Born in Plataje, Toa Baja, Puerto Rico, Willie moved with his parents and his 4 siblings to Bridgeport at the age of 11 in 1951. In the late 1960s and 70s, he was a leader in the Spanish-American Coalition, focusing on voter education and registration, highlighting discrimination in the police and fire departments, and bringing lawsuits to address these issues. Willie participated in Spanish Power and Control, a militant direct action organization that demanded civil, human, and democratic rights. Willie was a founding member of Bridgeport's chapter of the Young Lords Party, establishing a free breakfast program for children, launching a tenants association, and rent strike for some Bridgeport properties that lacked heat, among other causes. Matos also helped to establish Aspira of Connecticut, a Puerto Rican youth leadership development organization. Also, he continued to co-found and participate in numerous civic organizations, including the Puerto Rican Democratic Club, Nuestra Casa del Pueblo, the Institute for the Advancement and Integration of People with Disabilities, and the Community Clinic, known today as Bridgeport Community Health Center. Willie was a co-founder of the Ateano Latino, a cultural organization which promoted Puerto Rican and Latino public cultural events such as music, theater, and poetry. For over 4 decades, Willie's poem, El Legado de Clemente, has been read at the Roberto Clemente Life Commemoration event held every year on December 31st in Bridgeport Seaside Park. Willie invited John Murphy to the event 20 years ago, who was inspired to found our Hartford Clemente event with others 13 years ago. Though he has passed on, Willie Mato continues to inspire us, guided by Clemente's belief that any time you have an opportunity to make a difference in this world and you don't, then you are wasting time on earth. I would like to introduce Caroline Gonzalez, Willie's daughter, who will read his poem, El Legado de Clemente. And please, bring your attention to her and to the screen as she reads the poem. We're going to be doing a slideshow.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias a los quienes organizan este evento tan lindo. I know my dad would have been proud to be in this audience today with all these young people. El poema es en español, but one of these days we hope to have it translated into English, translated properly into English. Una de las cosas que papi hacía cuando leía este poema era pedirle al público que repitieran con él la última línea del poema, the last line of the poem, if you wouldn't mind repeating it with me when we get there, which says, El Legado de Clemente. So when you hear that, I'll go like this for you to repeat it with me, okay? Gracias. El Legado de Clemente, por Wilfredo Willy Matos. En Carolina nació un héroe puertorriqueño que con esfuerzo y empeño en béisbol se destacó. Marca se le estableció con su bateo excelente y con su brazo potente, más fue su sinceridad y amor a la humanidad, el legado de Clemente. Un gran líder en bateo con 3,000 inatrapables, un corredor indomable, sobresale en el fildeo. Aún más importante creo, estos datos pertinentes, fue humilde y consciente, murió socorriendo a otros y nos regaló a nosotros el legado de Clemente. Sufrió discriminación por ser negro y ser latino, pero forjó su camino y derrotó a la opresión. Hoy vuela su galardón con brillo resplandeciente, con su postura exigente elevó al ser humano y así dejó estampado el legado de Clemente. En el Salón de la Fama está su nombre grabado, meta por pocos logrado y que a todos agrada. Más fue su mejor jugada, su espíritu combatiente, su gran gesto de valiente frente a la adversidad, por eso se distinguirá el legado de Clemente. A Nicaragua un día se fue sin necesidad, demostrando su bondad por hermanos que sufrían. La muerte le sorprendería ese día tan doliente, y aunque suene indiferente, así se inmortalizó, por los mares se regó. El legado de Clemente. Muchas gracias.
So we wanted to make sure you guys know we have a couple more important people in the building. Even though everybody's important in here, everybody's important. Principal of the Sports and Medical Sciences Academy, Kim Ambrose, is here. Hello, how are you? And Yanis Boto, Miss Folklore 2025. And another announcement, on April 26th of this year, we are having a pageant. So that's the pageant date for the Miss Puerto Rico pageant, Miss Folklore pageant, sorry. Miss Folklore pageant is on April 26, 2025. So I wanted to bring your attention to the screen, but before we do that, if we can get everybody back into your seats, because we have a very special guest with us. He is like an all-star MLB player. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But Luis Clemente is gonna do the introduction through video.
Hello, my dear friends from Hartford, Connecticut. This is Luis Roberto Clemente, saying hello and thanking you for keeping my father and mother's legacy alive. For the past 13 years, you have been celebrating their lives and all that they did for humanity. Now, through the Roberto Clemente Foundation, we continue that legacy going to impact many lives the same way we were taught from our parents. Hartford has become a very special place for us to visit every year. As you know, we're now family, and I have to say hello to Alex and Peter Mercado, Los Amigos League, Jeffrey Dressler, Sammy Vega, Brenda Torres from Criollísimo, Brenda Marie. I cannot leave out our dear friend Geraldo Reyes, who's done so much as well. And also Julio Concepcion, Amilcar. Thank you for all you do as well and your support. Also, I want to give a very special thank you to Josiah and Isabela Ramos, Alfredo Encarnacion, and Chiara Espinosa, who are the students who actually worked so hard for the logistics and coordination for this year's celebration to take place. And then we have our dear friend Ike, Aaron Ike, who takes care of us, driving us and taking us everywhere when we're there in Hartford. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the Hartford Yard Goats team for their support all these years. You know, team owner Josh Solomon, President Tim Restall, and General Manager, our good friend Mike Abramson. Thank you so much for all you guys do every year in support to our Clemente legacy, alongside with Los Amigos Softball League, what Peter, Alex do every year, and all of you who I just mentioned. You know, it's truly appreciated. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again this coming season. You're in for a treat today. The keynote speaker was born January 24th of 1964. He's an American former Major League Baseball pitcher and television analyst. Between 1988 and 1995, he played for the Cincinnati Reds, Chicago White Sox, and Milwaukee Brewers. He was a two-time All-Star who recorded 89 saves during his career. Since retiring as a player, he has held several roles in sports television broadcasting. He gracefully joined us last year at our clinics at the Yard Goats Duncan Park, where he chose his devotion and compassion to impacting the youth. So without further ado, it is a great honor to introduce
this one out. There you go. Well, thank you very much for that introduction, by the way, and thank you to the committee and Freddie De Jesus for inviting me to be here. It's truly an honor, and if you indulge me in the 15 minutes I'm going to speak, you'll understand how Roberto Clemente and Puerto Rico impacted my life and my Major League career, because I truly believe I would not have made it to the major leagues if I had played in Puerto Rico 3 different winters. I'm only going to this because my wife, who's a former school teacher, said if I don't have notes, I'll speak for an hour. I do a 4-hour radio show every day, so I can drone on. But so I was 8 years old. I grew up in Hamden, Connecticut. Then I moved to Southington, Connecticut. And when I was 8, I was the son of a very famous newsman named Walt Dibble. And my father was so well known that we'd walk into supermarkets and everybody would know who my father was, because he not only did radio, which you shouldn't know somebody's face if they do radio, but my father did so much charity work. He did the Jerry Lewis telethons, he did the Danny Thomas telethons, he did so much charity work that he was, like Roberto Clemente, more well known for all the things he did away from the mic than just being Walt Dibble, the news director. So, like I said, 1972, I'm 8 years old, and if you know The Little Mermaid, you know the flounder character always asks a ton of questions. That's me. I used to pummel my father. Now, I'm the 5th kid of 6 kids, so until my sister was born, I was the baby. So the only time I got quality time with Walt Dibble was to go to the supermarket. Or my father and my mother were both deacons, very religious, I'm very spiritual, and you know, I'm a devout Catholic and Christian. And I would go with my father, and I didn't really understand a lot of stuff, because when you're 8 years old and you hear things like Jackie Robinson passed away. Jackie Robinson was living in Connecticut when he died in 1972. Roberto Clemente passed away in a plane crash. I was 8 years old, so remember this for later. And I'm like, well, who was Jackie Robinson? And my father would tell me who Jackie Robinson was and how he broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, how he wasn't just a great baseball player, he not only was a great humanitarian, he was a great human being and American. And he inspired generations. So as an 8-year-old, I'm like, okay, who's Roberto Clemente? My father told me. Great baseball player, but a better human being, a humanitarian, somebody who inspired and still inspires people to this day, and he's been gone for 52 years. So remember, when I was 8, I was just starting out my baseball career. I had no idea it would lead to a major league career, a broadcasting career, and everything I've gotten since then. And again, I truly feel blessed. As a human being, some of us are given the talent to play baseball. And like Roberto Clemente said, if you're here on earth and you don't help other people, you're just wasting your time. And I truly believe that. I really do. So remember, going back to my father's doing all this charity work. My father's doing all this other stuff. He's helping other people. And we were just a blue-collar family. We grew up in Hamden, grew up in Southington, right behind Pratt & Whitney and Sikorsky Aircraft. We didn't have much more than anybody else. And on Saturdays, not only did Walt Dibble do his stuff every day, teach at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, teach at Southern Connecticut, teach journalism, he would read to the blind. And I would go with him. And I'm like, Dad, why are you doing this? He's like, because I can. Because God has blessed me, God has blessed this family, and these are things that you can do. So now let me play catch up. It's 1987. And my manager is kind of not playing me a lot, and there's a guy that is coaching with the Brewers who knows Sandy Alomar Sr., who's the manager in Puerto Rico. And let me backtrack just a second before that. So as a 19-year-old kid in the minor leagues, I'm living in Eugene, Oregon, above 4 Dominican players in the minor leagues. And every day, 9 a.m., most god-awful smells coming out of their apartment, and I'm like, God, you know, so one of my roommates was Latino, Hispanic, and I had a black roommate, and I'm like, can you guys translate and find out what they're doing? They were cooking hot dogs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was like, why do they eat so much hot dog? Now, remember, I'm a white kid from Connecticut. I've been around Hispanic players, black players, but I don't really know difference in culture because they don't teach you that at school. And so to get you to understand minor league baseball, it's A-ball. You're riding a bus everywhere around Washington and Oregon. You get $12 a day to eat on the road. Those 4 Dominican kids were sending every dollar they made on the road trips home to the Dominican Republic. Now, I'm not a rich kid, but I'm like, I can do the math. I'm like, that's unbelievable. And then they would say, listen, $12 in Dominican is like $1,200 here in the United States. And I'm like, it blew my mind. And I'm 19 years old. And so from 8 years old to 19, I really didn't have any kind of foundation of how rough other parts of the world have it. So that started me along the journey of, man, it just blew my mind. And I always had respect for my Latino brothers on my team. because these guys, they smiled every day. They had a different passion about baseball than I did. So now, as a 22-year-old, 1987, I go to Caguas. I played for the Caguas Criollos over in Puerto Rico. Sandy Alomar Sr. is my manager. Roberto Alomar is my second baseman. My catcher is Benito Santiago. Third base, Ron Gant, great kid with the Atlanta Braves. Mario Diaz plays short. Henry Cotto plays center field. A 17-year-old Bernie Williams is playing right field. So now you're starting to get the understanding of, at 22 years old, I start understanding I have a shot to make it to the major leagues. But at the same time, when I hit the ground in Puerto Rico, there's a totally different vibe. And you can feel it in this room. It's called love. It's a different level. It's a passion that you have as Puerto Ricans that it's not brought to us unless you go there or you come here. And so from that point on, the passion they have for baseball, the love they have for each other, the way they gave back to each other, and then again, what a small world it is, the way they talked about Roberto Clemente and his legacy. And so as a American-born player that's being treated as well as I was treated down there, I can't even put it into words how it changed me. I went back in 1988 and I worked harder, I was more motivated, I was more inspired to use the gifts God gave me to make it to the major leagues, and I did in 3 months. And from 1988 to 1996, at the end of 96, I retired after I was with the Marlins all year and I was hurt. It changed me to do things like my father or like Roberto Clemente, which is help give back to your community. I did stuff with the homeless and the Cincinnati Bengals on weekends in the off season. I lived in Cincinnati the whole time. And Sam Weiss was amazing. We'd give coats to the poor. We'd go out there, we'd find homeless people, we'd put warmer clothing on them. Just things that you can do because now you have a platform. Now you're a Major League Baseball player. Now people will actually listen to you. And I understand, now remember, Roberto's doing this in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Not the same kind of social media. There's not the same kind of internet. Even when I was doing it in the 80s and 90s, at least you had newspapers, radio, and TV that could come publicize an event. Now it's ridiculous. Now you got everything, everybody's phone, you can publicize an event. So remember, Roberto Clemente, even before him, Jackie Robinson, are doing so much for other people. And to me, just listening to some of the things today, it's because you can. And I truly believe, even though Roberto Clemente wasn't making $700 million, I don't even think he made $700,000 when he played. But he knew he could give back because God gave him the ability to play Major League Baseball. And he could. And you see the picture right on the front page of the program. It's him talking to Little Leaguers. And to this day, I'm 61, and until I'm 6 feet under, I'm going to try to give back to kids. I'm going to try to do more while I have time on this earth because of guys like Roberto Clemente. But I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that obviously Puerto Rico helped me get to the major leagues. Ed Figueroa showed me the breaking ball that put me in the major leagues. And I apologize for being the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1990 in the NLCS. Just had to do it. I had to go to the World Series, so the only way we could get to the World Series was go through Pittsburgh. And trust me, Bonds, Bonilla, Van Slyke, that group, if they had beaten the Cincinnati Reds in 90, they would have destroyed the A's like we did. They were a way better team than the Oakland Athletics. So again, not only am I thankful about going to Puerto Rico, I was thankful being able to play a team like the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1990. Because we swept the Oakland A's in 4 games. It wasn't even a series. But that was honestly because the Pittsburgh Pirates were so good. And hopefully someday they'll get back to that with guys like Paul Skeens and where they are today. But again, getting back to the humanitarian part of Roberto Clemente's life, he's not, I played there 35 years ago. I think he's bigger today than he was 35 years ago. I honestly mean that. From a worldwide perspective.
He was getting on a plane to go to Nicaragua after an earthquake and died, okay? Just like the deacon said today, like I said, I was listening to his prayer and he talked about this. It's not just helping your neighbors, it's not just helping your community, it's not just helping your town, it's going outside your state, going outside your country, going outside, going over an ocean on some plane that's overloaded with goods to go to help earthquake victims. That's what Roberto Clemente's legacy is about. That's what we should all, anybody in this room who's got a platform, should be about, helping other people. Because honestly, we're all God's children. Some of us are blessed more than others. And you don't want to waste your time while you're here on earth. You want to give back. So yes, I had a fabulous baseball career, but honestly, I've been doing radio and television for 27 years. And I just signed a new 5-year contract, and honestly, I think it's because my father pushed me to do more with what I've been given. So it started as a baseball player. I was retired at 32. Now I'm 61, and I've been doing this ever since. And honestly, you need people who inspire you. My father, Roberto Clemente. Honestly, I love Jackie Robinson and his story. If you don't know about him, look it up. It's unbelievable. Baseball was Jackie Robinson's 4th sport. He was better at 3 sports before baseball. And so think about that. That's the way I look at things. It's really, really being motivated by something outside of yourself. And that's why we're all here. And honestly, my favorite part of being here for the 2 hours is watching these kids. Because honestly, they're our future. You know, I might have 20 years, 30 years left here, but that's our future right here. And the more we teach them, the more we inspire them to do better. And this is one thing that I get from Walt Dibble: leave the place that you're at better than where you found it. Better than how it was. I mean, when I left Major League Baseball, I thought it was pretty good after 1995-96. It was in a great situation. We destroyed it in 94 with the strike, but it was in a good situation with Cal Ripken. 98 was great with Sosa and Mark McGuire. Right now, I don't know, it's a little bit different. But as long as you have heroes like we have, like Roberto Clemente, we're going to survive. We're going to be okay. Thank you very much for having me today. God bless you all. And what you're doing here is really an inspiration.
And if you want to meet and chat with Mr. Dibble, he'll be over here signing autographs to my right. So if you want to talk to him about, you know, Major League Baseball and all the stuff that he just talked about, then he'll be right over here to our right. We wanted to bring up that Mr. Commissioner Victor Luna is here with us today. Hello, Victor. And Dr. Victor Cristofaro, principal of Burn School. Where you want me to bring you up? And Peter. All right, so now we're going to be bringing up Jeffrey Dressler for closing remarks. I think that's what the program says. Huh? Oh, the students, but it said Dressler. Well, you know what, Dressler? I just walk around and let them see you, Dressler. That's it. You sharp. You sharp. Bring the students. Students, SMSA, students. Yes, SMSA. Come up. They'll be doing the closing remarks. And we're also going to be announcing the trip to Puerto Rico, the winner. Maybe, are you, oh, okay. Oh, they're coming. We got the students and we got the raffle. We got everything going on. Everything's at Magali. Is going to be doing the trip now, or you want to wait? We're going to wait? Okay, so we're going to do the students first and then we'll do the raffle.
All right, guys. As we're closing this special commemoration of Roberto Clemente's life, let's all remember that Roberto and Vera's legacy was not just something that we honor from afar, but something we carry within ourselves. It's his spirit of selflessness and sorry, I'm really nervous. It's a spirit of nerve. And it's his inspiration, you know, all the effects he's done. It really, you know, it affects us all, it lives in us all, and I hope we all continue to inspire everyone else just as he did to us. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to call someone up. Freddie De Jesus, the president of the Roberto Clemente committee, and we want to thank you so much for what you've done. We've seen you at the office for months and months and months. I worked with his dad going back, it has to be like 35 years. He was the president of MD Fox, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I don't know if he performed Zumba or not. No, he didn't. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Freddie De Jesus.
I want to start off by saying thank you. You know, one of the most important things is showing up, and all of you has shown up today to honor and remember Roberto. So thank you very much. Let's give all of you that are here a round of applause. Let's give the students a round of applause. And the rest of my committee a round of applause as well. One thing I will say is, after last year's event, some of us here in the committee had the opportunity of going to the Roberto Clemente Museum in Pittsburgh. It's an old firehouse that was converted into this museum, and if you have an opportunity to ever go, go. The nostalgia, the magic, the mystique, just the energy that the place holds it has a serendipitous nature to it, in the sense that the beams are 21 inches wide. The day that the firehouse closed was the same day that Roberto passed away, and many years later firefighters came back and told the actual owner of that, the museum, that that was the case. So there's a lot of different little things that have happened that are pretty cool and serendipitous. We also got a chance to go to PNC Park. At PNC Park, you'll see, that's where the Pittsburgh Pirates play. The number 21 is the #1 worn jersey in that park still. 52 years later, generations later, Roberto is still the #1 jersey there. So one of the themes that I had last year is that we all have Roberto inside of us, and it's clear that in Pittsburgh they still do too. So move out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and remember that we all have a piece of Roberto inside of us. So let's make sure that we share that with the world, care for the world, love in the world, and just put that positive energy in the world, because we all need each other in order to move forward. So thank you so much. Thank you, Rob, for coming out. Let's do this again next year and have a great rest of your year. If you look into the programs, there's a picture of Rob Dibble. Alex is holding it up on the side. You can get that signed over here on the side if you make a line, and make sure that you eat food. There's tons of food, and share stories, look at the memorabilia, and enjoy yourselves with the time that we have. We have about 15, 20 minutes, so have a great time. Thank you so much for coming out.
Again, thank you so very much for coming. We have food, there's pizza, water, and now, what everybody's been waiting for, the Puerto Rico raffle. Okay. Trip to Puerto Rico. I didn't even get tickets. Oh, man. Oh, I'll donate. Go ahead, do your thing. Oh, my goodness. She picked herself. But she said she's going to pick another name. How many times are you in here, though? Because if you come out again... Okay. Well, maybe I should spin it? Let me spin it.
Maybe you can pick it.
Okay, all right. Because if it's you again, then it's fair. All right, I don't know how to open this, so yeah, there you go. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going deep. James Sanchez. James Sanchez won the trip to Puerto Rico. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
So I just, first of all, I want to thank Sammy, CICD, Jeffrey Dressler, the whole staff, everyone that put this together. It's always an amazing event. It's always amazing to see the community here networking, learning more about Roberto Clemente, who's also a Marine. And also, I will always support our community. I am a state representative, 6th District in Hartford, South End, a piece of West Hartford. And I used to be on council. But most importantly, there was some conversation up here. We all need to stand together, united. We need to get involved. If we want change for our community, we want to move forward, we all need to get together and fight together. Respect each other, move forward, educate yourself with what's right, and move it on. So, and by the way, a few weeks ago, I also won a trip to Ireland. So, and it's to support the church also. Thank you.
Stop rubbing it in. That's not nice. Hold on 1 second. We have another announcement.
Hi guys, hola todo el mundo. Thank you so much for supporting. Gracias mucho por cooperar. All of the funds, all the proceeds, todo lo que llegamos a alcanzar va a ir a nuestra iglesia que estamos abriendo, que vamos a abrir en abril, si Dios lo permite. All the proceeds are going towards our church that we're opening in April. So I want to thank everyone who was able to be part of this raffle and just help us and helping us making a decade for the community because it's very needed. Just like Roberto, sorry, I'm translating more. Clemente, he also knew the importance of believing in a God who can restore, who can create an actual foundation for those to be transformed. So muchas gracias a todos que pudieron cooperar.